Honestly, this is what's going to make this format very, very, very painful to talk about. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Is that 7 Ishizu tier elements decks and the top cut for the Arkham Games and Comics Regional? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Akano helped me put this together. I wanted to say thanks for everybody for helping put this beautiful piece together. We're going to talk about a lot of tier elements for this video. The most hilarious thing out of this entire, video here is the fact that 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th place were all Ishizu tier. Sprite came out of nowhere and won this regional. I gotta clap for that. I think that's the most hilarious thing in the world here. Now, we've seen, or you're going to see later in the week here, there have been countless regionals across the U.S. This is actually one of the outliers that has had such an incredible Ishizu tier elements top cut that it's actually kind of interesting. It's why I actually chose to make the video on this, because versus all the other regionals that I've seen rogue creaking through here, to see that, you had this many dominating decks in Top Cut means that maybe players weren't prepared for it, or it was just a very unlucky day for them. And yes, I'm already, hearing people go, yep, this is why I'm not playing this format. I perfectly understand. All right, but other parts of the U.S., other regionals, you are already seeing major changes to the format, whether or not people don't want to play Ishizu tier, or they're taking a step back from the deck, testing other things. You've got Runic Shangri-La, even Scareclaw out here performing on these regional levels, and that in itself is absolutely crazy to me. So don't let, the Ishizu tier chart here detour you from this, because like I said, there's always hope at the end of the day. Now we're going to pass it over and talk about 7 Ishizu tier element decks. Our event here was none other than Sprite. Yay, something went right out of this regional. Now, I got to give a shout out here to Team Wicked and the Columbus Card Games for Dudley here. Now, that aside, your buy steel package fully extended. You're going to need 9 of those things. I mean, 9 buy steel cards is enough for this deck to kind of get this chance to step on into the light here and prove to us that, hey, this did perform up to standard. We did see that players were getting the chance to, get the interruptions, because this did plow through, 7 other Ishizu tier elements decks. That's something that you definitely want to take into consideration for the block here. So, honestly, outside of that, standard package is always here. 2 Swap Rocks continue to see play, even without Ronin Totem. And we are seeing the Sanctum package with Scythe as well. We saw this a little bit kind of early on. It disappeared and then came back. So, next up was 2nd place. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, this is one of the most interesting things out of this build. Super Poly in the mirror match will get you free games, all right? Getting the chance to break apart an opponent's board, getting the ability to capitalize into, your own Dracostopelia, even like a Mud Dragon, to take a couple of pieces off of the field is really good. Now, this build is also focusing on 2 Scream. We're also at 41 cards, which is nice. We're also playing the 1 Agito, and then 1 Druisworm versus Triple Magna, and of course, we are playing the 1 Diviner of the Herald. Hey, this thing helps make this very good card, and if a Baron's going to be involved, it's usually going to be a good situation. And then, of course, we're playing the Skullmark Ladybug for a time. Once again, that or Scattershot. I still think Scattershot is better because of Sprint having access to it, to be honest with you. Next up here was 3rd place. Now, we have more Ishizu tier. Yay. Now, this is actually what I like to see. I like that the builds do focus on the Herald of Orange Light to have the interaction level with the opponent. Now, we are not playing more than 1 of the Diviner of the Heralds here, which, I'll be honest with you, this card is still good, but you just opt to only play the 1, honestly. I do like 2 to 3, but I think that's fine. We're also playing triple Agito. This is one of the first lists I've seen in a hot second that actually give two craps about Agito. Most of the builds are like 1 or 0. So if you play anything that's not the Ishizu tier match, like this is just going to be an extra, mill 5 every single turn. And it just kind of turns your deck into more of a madhouse at the end of the day. So the little things like that to kind of understand. So, man, also 1 heartbeat. All right, so many Ishizu tier element decks. All right, next up here was 4th place. Gotta give another shout out here to Team Wicked. Wow, you guys did pretty well. You had one member winning it with Sprite and another one in top 4. That's actually pretty good. We're playing the 1 Agito, double Druis Worm, and then triple Magnet with the 1 Saronir. Interesting enough, we're only playing 2 Kelbeck. I mean, I do like Kelbeck for the special summon aspect of things. Like, I think this card's really good. And then, the shuffle back factor here. We're main decking 1 Heartbeat, so our maining 1 Scream as well. And then we are playing the Super Polys so that you have immediate outs for the mirror match. And then, of course, we're playing Skill Drain. Skill Drain is such an interesting card because I feel like if Ishizu tier wasn't as good as it is, I think you would see way more versions of this deck focusing on Skill Drain. But because Skill Drain is so bad in the mirror match, you don't really focus on it as much. So if you hit Rogue with this, you 95% of the time you're just going to win the game. All right. Next up here was 5th place. I got to give a shout out to Fort Walton Beach team. All right, I got that right. Look, we're 2 Agito. The Agito debate is, I think, my favorite thing. It's like, all right, how many of these do we want to focus on? Like, what's the go-to plan? Well, 0, 1, 2, or 3. You can be variants. 2 Jerusalem with 2 Magnemite with the 1 Saronir. Ooh, we're actually playing 2 Diviner of the Herald. All right, these are some Robbie ratios for this list. We're main decking 1 Heartbeat, siding the other, which is fine. And then good old Super Poly down here. I would say probably on a YCS level, I would give some consideration to main decking the Super Poly for the board breakers. Just that game 1 immediate out that you can just have to blow up the mirror is so much nicer than you really give it credit for. So overall, another standard day in the office for Ishizu tier elements. Next up here, Frank Nicola. All right. I got to give a shout out here to Team Scheme and to his YouTube channel as well. Now, we are playing Cyberstein in this. Pay 5,000. Gives you, you got Tier Fusions, you got Draco, you got Mud Dragon, you got Garuda, and you have Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer here as well. Technically, bringing out a DPE off of this is kind of hilarious. Honestly, I mean, like, in the tier mirror, how well can you protect this? I mean, I guess that's what it's going to come down to. 95% of the ratios in this are pretty standard, but this is another level 2 that you can get some really cheeky stuff off with. Have an elf revive this for the next turn and then laugh at your opponent. But, Yu-Gi-Oh! I didn't think there'd be any cool innovations still left, but that is absolutely hilarious. It just proves how stupid good this deck is. Next up here, now we're back to the basic stuff here. Once again, 2 Agito, man. All right, we're on the triple Kelbeck, triple Keldo, triple Mudora. That never changes. This is where we're going to focus on the triple Druis Worm here because that immediate spot removal option is, once again, so much better than you think. 2 Magnemutes, and then we have the 1 Saronir. We're main decking the 1 Scream, and then we're siding, we're just maining 1 Heartbeat. No use to side the others. And you've seen a lot of Ghost Reaper in the side. Obviously, in a format like this, where you know the mirror match is going to be your primary focus and objective to play. Hitting any of these key cards, usually this one, will get you, a free win. Plus, the fact that most of these decks at this point have cut down to 1 Kit Galos, anything that's like an extra deck rip will actually hurt this deck a lot more too. So, hi Diabolus the Mind Hacker. Glad to have you around here. So, not too much of a generalized change outside of that. Everything still looks pretty much the same here. And then the last list here, focusing on the 1 Agito. We're on triple Druis Worm and 1 Saronir. We're not playing any Magnemutes in this. Okay. We also have triple Herald, which is fine. Rest of the package is as per normal. And triple Talents in the main deck. I just find it interesting that we're not focusing on Magnemutes. And then we are citing both. Oh, God, we're citing 2 Heartbeats and we're citing the Mash Change 2s. Holy mother of monster. All right, well, that is your breakdown for this event. Let me tell you, there's some very, very interesting things and little innovations out here to still come. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.